Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we'll learn about 10 reasons highly intelligent people struggle to find love. Now, let's begin. In a study with over 200,000 participants, intelligence was rated the number 1 and number 2 most attractive trait by men and women, respectively. Partners of all ages, genders, and backgrounds are looking for someone who's more intelligent than most, yet many of the world's smartest people struggle to find love. If intelligence is really such a desirable quality, then shouldn't the most brilliant people earn the most attention from potential partners? Unlike other attractive qualities like confidence and a sense of humor, intelligence is somewhat unique. If you have a good sense of humor, you may be able to make people laugh, but outside of your quick wit, your life may not be altered by your sense of humor. On the other hand, intelligence can radically change your interests, priorities, and lifestyle choices. People who are highly intelligent may seem to the average person like they're living in a different world. While extraordinary intelligence is usually a gift, it sometimes puts the most intelligent people at odds with social trends, norms, and expectations, making it especially difficult for them to connect with people in a deep and satisfying way. In other words, brilliant people may have a harder time building meaningful relationships. This conclusion is supported by a 2018 study that examined the attractiveness of people with varying IQs. Researchers discovered that people with extraordinary intelligence found less romantic success than people with lower but still above average intelligence. For example, people in the 99th percentile, ranking far above the average person, were considered less desirable than people in the 80th percentile. It was obvious to everyone that these highly intelligent individuals were exceptionally gifted, yet they made worse impressions on potential partners. The question is, why? Why do the most intelligent people struggle to find love? What is it that makes extraordinary intelligence less attractive to real romantic partners? Well, if you're a highly intelligent person, you may be struggling to find love in your life. Now you're searching for answers, and in this video, we'll explore the real reasons why your greatest gift may be standing in the way of your love life. Number 1. Destructive analysis. Intelligent people tend to be analytical and detail-oriented. They quickly tackle complex problems, they generate ideas, and they identify opportunities for improvement. These are great qualities for an artist, a scientist, or an entrepreneur, but in a relationship, analytical thinking often spells destruction. Many intelligent people think with their heads instead of their hearts. They analyze, they plan, and anticipate all possible problems, playing out every scenario in their minds. You may step back, analyze your choices, and realize that the risk outweighs the reward. The problem is, love isn't as predictable or logical as we'd like it to be. As long as you expect love to make logical sense, well, there's a good chance that love will continue to elude you. Number 2. Perceived disinterest. The most intelligent people have rich inner worlds filled with hobbies, interests, and areas of study. Their priorities are heavily geared toward their passions and ambitions, so their lifestyle choices often send the wrong message to potential partners. This is one common reason why intelligent people struggle to find love. The people around you may think you're not interested in a relationship because you don't put yourself in positions to meet potential partners. To the outside world, you seem to be more interested in bigger and better things, even if deep down you're looking for someone to love. Number 3. Hyper self-criticism. Are you critical of yourself? Do you have a hard time assessing your worth? Highly intelligent people are often hypercritical of themselves. They may focus on their flaws, zero in on their weaknesses, or feel a sense of inferiority toward others, especially those they perceive as attractive or desirable. And for this reason, smart people tend to underestimate what they bring to the table. For example, you may not believe that you deserve someone truly great in your life. So you may only pursue very flawed or toxic partners because, well, you don't think you can attract anyone better. Well, if this sounds familiar, then you're likely a brilliant but critical person, which is precisely why you struggle to find love. So take a step back and ask yourself, am I really pursuing the kind of partner that I want and deserve? Chances are you aren't giving yourself enough credit. Number 4. Unrealistic selectivity. The smartest people may be highly selective when choosing romantic partners. They tend to have high expectations of themselves and everything they do, so it just makes sense that they have high expectations for their relationships too. They aren't satisfied with shallow connections or surface-level attraction. They don't like investing time and effort into something they know isn't going to work out. If they're going to fall madly in love with someone, then it's going to have to be someone who is, by all appearances, worth their time and effort. Because of these rigid expectations, intelligent people are quick to cut partners out of their lives. They may also develop unrealistic visions of future partners or relationships, closing themselves off to people who might enrich their lives in ways that they don't expect. In life, love often surprises us, showing us a part of ourselves that we just didn't know we wanted or needed. If you don't give anyone a chance or hold people to impossible standards, then it doesn't matter how smart you are, you may never find the love that you're looking for. Number 5. Suspicious paranoia. Many highly intelligent people are quick to identify problems in their relationships. They can easily imagine terrible situations in which their partner hurts, betrays, or abandons them. So they tend to be suspicious of their partners and relationships in general. Naturally, this paranoia makes intelligent people relationship averse, often unwilling to be vulnerable enough to fall in love. While suspicion and paranoia sometimes help smart people avoid toxic relationships, it often does more harm than good. There's no such thing as a perfect partner or a no-risk relationship. There's always a chance that your relationship may not work out in the end, but that's one of the many things that makes real love so meaningful and worthwhile. Number 6. Comfortable independence. For many brilliant people, finding love isn't necessary to live a happy life. They don't need the company of another person to give their life meaning. In other words, they're comfortable being alone and they value their independence, often to the point of self-destruction. Some highly intelligent people like being alone so much that they're afraid to throw a wrench in the gears. They don't want to disrupt or change the productive lifestyle they lead right now, nor are they willing to surrender their independence for the sake of a relationship. If you're a highly intelligent person, you may unconsciously sabotage your chances of finding love. You may be single because you're too comfortable being alone. The good news is that love doesn't have to change or distract you. In fact, love can inspire and motivate you to think, work, and create more than ever. In a healthy relationship, a loving partner will give you the space you need and finds ways to support your intellectual endeavors. No matter how comfortable you are in solitude, the right person could enrich your life in more ways than you realize. Number 7. Professional priorities. For many intelligent people, work comes first, and then love comes second. Their lives are built around their careers and passions. They spend all their time at work and feel most confident when they're productive and successful. As a result, they make a habit of neglecting their love life. It's common for smart people like you to abandon romantic connections early on, thinking you don't have time in your busy schedule for a relationship. You may frequently prioritize work over your dating life, or perhaps you use work as an excuse to avoid meeting new people. Either way, you always put your career ahead of your love life. Yeah, you may be ambitious and successful, but unless you make time for love, you may never find someone to share it with. Number 8. Desire for control. Highly intelligent people thrive when everything is under their thumb. They want to organize, schedule, and predict every aspect of their lives, but no matter how hard they try, their relationships will remain out of their control. There's no way to guarantee anything in love. That, to many highly intelligent people, is terrifying in its own right. If you're intelligent, then you probably don't like giving away control. You're accustomed to sitting in the driver's seat at every opportunity. However, if you want to find love, you need to be willing to let go of the reins. Number 9. Lack of relatability. To build a romantic connection, you often start by relating to a common interest, experience, or set of values. Relatability is the foundation of almost every relationship. But what do you do if no one shares your interests or even understands how you think? Well, this is the plight of highly intelligent people, and one big reason they struggle to find love. You don't think or behave the same way as the average person, so you have difficulty relating to the people that you meet. Naturally, it's hard to fall in love with someone if they don't understand anything about you. Number 10. Competitive damage. Intelligent people tend to be highly competitive. This competitive spirit drives them to find success in their careers and passions, but the same energy can destroy their chances of finding love. For example, if you get into an argument with someone you're dating, then you may argue endlessly until you feel like you've won. You may end up hurting your partner's feelings by making them feel stupid, wrong, or inadequate. Perhaps you frustrate them with your constant desire to be right. In either case, your competitive drive is taking a toll on your relationships. All this time you've been struggling to find love, and your extraordinary intelligence may be the reason why. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.